Now, the charge sheet against former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has been filed. Right now, he's facing investigation in the Liquorgate scam. He was earlier under the custody of the CBI. The Enforcement Directorate also took over. They also wanted his remand and his custody. Right now, under judicial custody, his bail has been rejected by the lower court. The charge sheet, the CBI has filed the charge sheet. The criticism that had come in earlier is that one main charge sheet and one supplementary charge sheet has been filed. But against Mr. Sisodia, the charge sheet has not been filed, who's accused number one in this case. Now, the CBI has done that due process. The filing of charge sheet is the core in any criminal trial. If the first information report, or what you call an FIR, is the stage where a complaint is made, cognizance is taken, and that entire procedure is very important, in a charge sheet, how various charges against a particular accused are substantiated by the investigating agency are put out before a court of law, and then the content of the charge sheet becomes the core issue against the accused in a case. Arunima, my colleague with us on the broadcast. Arunima, what more details can you share with us, please?
So like we have been reporting, this is the second charge sheet being filed. This charge sheet has named 4 people. Manish Sisodia is the main person who has been named in this charge sheet. He was accused number 1 in the FIR, and therefore there was a lot of criticism when in the first charge sheet CBI did not name Mr. Manish Sisodia. But now they have gone ahead and named Manish Sisodia, and the CBI is confirming to us that other than Manish Sisodia, people who have been named are co-accused in this matter. I'm just giving out the names to you. Manish Sisodia, Buchi Babu, Arjun Pandey and Amandeep Dal have been named in this charge sheet filed by CBI under Section 7, 7A, Section 8 of the PC Act, Section 120B and 420 of the IPC. Now, Ananya, who's inside the courtroom, tells us that the court is about to, assemble, and perhaps then the cognizance will be taken. But CBI officials tell me that the formalities to file the charge sheet have been completed, and they are pleading with the court to take cognizance. Once cognizance is taken, the next step would be to ask Mr. Sisodia and the others whether they plead guilty or they're ready to face trial, and that would begin the process perhaps of legal arguments between the CBI, the prosecution and the defense, and then we'll know that the evidence that CBI has put together in this charge sheet, whether that stands the test of law or not. The probe team, however, is confident that they have managed to ascertain, at least under Section 7, the act which deals with an illegal act, the illegal act here being framing the liquor policy in a way that benefited the South Group. The CBI probe team is confident that they have enough evidence under that section to prove the case against Mr. Sisodia and others.
Arunima, as you rightly pointed out, that once the cognizance of the charge sheet is taken, it will be asked from Mr. Sisodia whether he pleads guilty or not guilty, and based on that, the process of trial will begin. In this charge sheet, the CBI will tell us, or the court of law, what is the key evidence against Manish Sisodia. So far, there are certain details which have come out via way of sources, or you have reported and other colleagues have put together. Could you take us through the sections? 420 IPC, 120B, Section 7, 7A, 8 of the Prevention of Corruption Act. What kind of sections are these? What is the standard of proof which is required?
So Section 7 of the Prevention of Corruption Act deals with an illegal act meant to provide benefit. What it says is that if you are a government servant or if you're pretending to be a government servant, then in both cases this section will apply. In this case, for Mr. Sisodia, he was a government servant. He was the Deputy Chief Minister in charge of the Excise Department as well. So he was the Excise Minister as well. What is the illegal act that the CBI is alluding to? That the way the excise policy was framed, the way the profit margin was changed. Who was he benefiting? As is mentioned under the Act, he was benefiting the South Group, benefiting also Vijay Nair. So that's why they are confident. And if you also see the explanation, especially explanation under Section B and D of the Section 7 of PC Act, that makes it very clear as per the CBI probe team that even if you can't probe quid pro quo, in this case, that is one thing that Aam Aadmi Party has constantly underlined. That where is the alleged money, where is the alleged bribe that you say Sisodia received? You went and searched his house, you went and searched his office, you went and opened his locker. Where is that bribe money? To which CBI officials say that our investigation is continuing to establish quid pro quo, but we have managed to establish that money did reach Vijay Nair. We have managed to establish that Mr. Sisodia did favor Vijay Nair in a way that the excise policy was framed, and the files, the way this should have been formed, those files have gone missing, and therefore that case of criminal conspiracy as well.
Arunima reporting all the details on the charge sheet, the sections. My colleague Ananya Bhatnagar also inside the court, getting us all the details. Quid pro quo, which means a government servant, like a minister in this case, worked at the behest of private companies to give them benefit in lieu of money. That is something that the CBI needs to prove before a court of law beyond reasonable doubt. All eyes on whether that would be done or not. Stepping into a very short